Hi friends, how are you? Everybody know the significance of today. Yes, today is our Independence Day. It keeps the memories of the fighters' struggle for freedom alive in our mind. Also, it allows everyone to value our future, hard attained freedom and communal harmony by each passing year. Now, let us share the great deeds done by women freedom fighters in today's discussion.
Not very much is known about her early life. Apart from that, she was born in a small village called as Hugla near Tamluk in 1869. That because she was a daughter of a poor peasant, she did not receive any formal education.
As the part of the Quit India movement, members of the Congress planned to take over the various police stations of Medinipur district and other government offices. This was to be a step in overthrowing the British government in the district and establishing an independent state. Hazra, who was 72 years at that time, led a procession of 6,000 supporters, mostly women volunteers, with the purpose of taking over the Tamluk police station.
Matangini led the procession from the north of the criminal court building. Even after the firing commenced, she continued to advance with the tricolor flag, leaving all the volunteers behind. The police shot her 3 times. She continued marching despite wounds to the forehead and both hands. As she was repeatedly shot, she kept chanting Vande Mataram, Hail to the motherland. She died with the flag of the Indian National Congress held high and still flying.
Barua was born in the Borangabari village of the undivided Darrang district of Assam as the daughter of Krishnakanta and the Karneshwari Barua. During the Quit India movement, Barua joined the Mriti Bahini, a death squad comprising groups of youth from the Gopur subdivision of Assam. On 20th September 1942, the Bahini decided it would hoist the national flag at the local police station. The procession of unarmed villagers were led by the Barua to do so. The police under Ribati Mahansom, the officer in charge of that police station, warned the procession of dire consequences if they proceeded with their plan. Undeterred by the police, the procession continued marching ahead when the police fired upon the procession. Barua was shot and the flag she was carrying with was taken by the Mukunda Kakoti, who too was shot at. Both Barua and Kakoti were killed in the police action. Barua was only 17 years of age at the time of her martyrdom.
Aruna Asif Ali had a major role in Indian independence movement. She became the member of Indian National Congress after marrying Asif Ali and participated in public processions during the Salt Satyagraha movement. She was arrested under the charges that she was a vagrant and hence not released in 1931 under the Gandhi-Irvin Pact, which stipulated the release of all political prisoners in India. Other women co-prisoners refused to leave the premises unless she was also released. They finally gave up when Mahatma Gandhi intervened. A small public agitation secured her release.
In 1932, she was held prisoner at the Tihar jail, where she protested the indifferent treatment of political prisoners by launching a hunger strike. Her efforts resulted in an improvement of conditions in the Tihar jail, but she was moved to Ambala and was subjected to solitary confinement. She was politically not very active after her release, but at the ending of 1942, she took part in the underground movement. She was active in it.
Tara Rani Srinivatsava was born in Saran near the city of Patna. She married Philendu Babu at an early age, following public proposals which could have led to a surge in gender inequality. Tara Rani galvanized women from and around her village to join protest marches against the British Raj. On 12th of August 1942, called upon by Mahatma Gandhi, she and her husband organized a march to raise the flag of India in front of the Sivan police station, an act that would be seen as a major defiance. The police, in preventing them from hoisting the flag, lathi charged the protesters. When they were unable to gain control, the police opened fire.
Tara Rani continued her march towards the police station and even attempted to hoist the national flag. On her return, she discovered that her husband had died due to his injuries. On 15th August 1942, a prayer meeting was arranged in Chapri in honor of her husband's sacrifice to the country. She continued to be the part of the freedom struggle until the partition of India in 15th August 1947.
Nobody knows her by her name, but she played an important role in the freedom struggle as a mother of Ram Prasad Bismil. Ram Prasad Bismil was a revolutionary involved in the famous Manipur conspiracy case of 1918 and the Kakori conspiracy of 1925. In Gorakhpur jail on 19th of December of 1927, he was arrested and hanged. Moolmati was a simple woman, supported and helped her son in his struggle for freedom. Also, she went to Gorakhpur jail to see her son before his hanging. Ram Prasad broke down on seeing his mother, who remained unmoved.
She was firm in her response and told him that she was proud to have a son like him. After his death, in a speech at a public gathering, she raised her other son's hand and offered him to the independence movement. Without her unstinting support and belief in the freedom struggle, Ram Prasad Bismil might not have the resolve to pursue the path he had chosen.
Captain Lakshmi was born as Lakshmi Swaminathan in Madras on 24th October 1914 to S. Swaminathan, a lawyer who practiced criminal law in Madras High Court, and A.V. Ammukutti, better known as Ammu Swaminathan, a social worker and independence activist, came from an aristocratic Nayar family called as Vadakat family of Anakara, Pollani Taluk, Malabar district, British India. She was the elder sister of Mrinalini Sarabhai.
She worked as a doctor in the government Kasturba Gandhi Hospital located at Triplicane, Chennai. In 1940, she left for Singapore after the failure of her marriage to pilot P.K.N. Rao. During her stay at Singapore, she met some members of Subhash Chandra Bose Indian National Army.
In 1942, during the surrender of Singapore by the British to the Japanese, Lakshmi aided wounded prisoners of war, many of whom were interested in forming an Indian independence army. Singapore at this time had several nationalist Indians working there, including K.P. Kesava Menon, S.C. Guha, and N. Raghavan, who formed a council of action. Their Indian National Army, however, received no firm commitments or approval from the occupying Japanese forces regarding their participation in the war.
It was against this backdrop that Subhash Chandra Bose arrived in Singapore on 2nd July 1943. Lakshmi had heard that Bose was keen to draft women into the organization and requested a meeting with him, for which she emerged with a mandate to set up a women's regiment, to be called the Rani of Jhansi Regiment. Women responded enthusiastically to join the all-women brigade, and Dr. Lakshmi Swaminathan became Captain Lakshmi, a name and identity that would stay with her for life.
Captain Lakshmi was arrested by British Army in May 1945 and she remained in Burma until March 1946, when she was sent to India at a time when the INA trials in Delhi heightened popular discontent and hastened the end of colonial rule in India.
To conclude, I would like to say that we should be proud and promise that we will be full of honesty and patriotism to protect our India from any kind of insult and attack. We all get together with no discrimination of religion, caste, greed, color or gender. But remember, the equality to be maintained all time.
We
We are all one.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.